All right, kids, this isn't going to be a happy video. I don't have any coffee with me, so you're going to be I'm going to be miserable the whole time. I'm just kidding. I'm still going to be happy. I know you're excited about that. You're thinking to yourself, wait a second, I just finished classwork. Now I got some homework to do. This stuff never ends. Okay, kids, it's just designed to help you. I hope you're doing okay with it. All right, so we want to convert this to vertex form. Vertex form. Then we're going to state the vertex. Now, we're not allowed to destroy this 3. We're going to divide by 3. We're going to divide by c. So we have f of x over 3 plus square equals x squared plus 6x plus square equals, or excuse me, not equals, plus 4. Now, really what I did was I divided this by 3, this by 3, and this by 3. But I had to put the square on both sides because that's that part of completing the square. What goes in that square? Half the middle squared, so 9. 9. So this becomes f of x over 3 plus 9 equals, what is this? Remember, this is our perfect square trinomial. This becomes x plus 3 squared plus 4. All right, we're almost done. We're going to subtract this 9 over. So I get f of x over 3 equals x plus, that looks terrible, 3 squared minus 5. Now I got to bring that 3 back. Bringing sexy back. Nope, just bringing 3 back. Multiply this side by 3. Multiply this side by 3. So my final answer is going to be 3x plus 3 squared minus 15. Because notice I got to distribute this 3 to the in front of that parentheses in front of that. And that means my vertex is going to be negative 3, comma, negative 15. Now I'm going to check this because I don't believe that I got that correct. Because, you know, that's just crazy. Cray. So 3x squared plus 18x plus 12. I could have made a mistake. Can't see it, so that's all good. This is probably too much. Let's change that to 5. And let's change this to, I don't know, negative 20, negative 30. How about negative 30? Oh, that's good. So let's find out what that vertex is. Menu. Analyze graph, minimum, shabam, negative 3, negative 15. Looks like I got it right. The other way to do it, don't forget, is to press tab, do 3 parenthesis, x plus 3 parentheses squared minus 15. And it should map right over it. There it is, mapped right over it. We're good. That's it. Solve the following by completing the square. Simplest radical form. All right, so we're going to write it x squared plus 8x plus square equals 2 plus square. Notice I brought the 2 over. What goes in the square? Half the middle, 4 squared. 16. So over here I get a perfect square trinomial, or x plus 4 squared. Remember, half of it goes here. Squared equals 18. Take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root, don't forget to put a plus or a minus. So I get x plus 4 equals plus or minus the square root of 18. So the square root of 18 I'm going to do over here. Isn't that 9 times 2? And isn't the square root of 9 3? So doesn't this become just 3 square roots of 2? Slide this over, I get negative 4. So my answer is negative 4 plus or minus 3 square roots of 2. And again, check your answers. It's so easy to make a silly mistake. Go into menu. Go into, what is it? Negative 4. Negative 4 plus 3 square roots of 2. Control var x. And don't forget, you're typing in the original. The original was x squared plus 8x plus, minus 2. Minus 2. Boom. Should get 0. And you can check the other one if you want. Just change this to a minus. It'll work. This, if one works, they're both going to work. Press enter. Not always, though. You know, you don't get in the habit of doing that. Sometimes they don't. There they go. Oh, there's the right answer for that. Okay, don't forget when you have an x squared and a y squared, and they both got 1 as their coefficient, this is definitely going to be a circle. So center and radius. So if we put the x's together with a box, we put the y's together with a box. We move the constant over 13 and we add in 2 boxes for the 2 boxes we put on the right. Now in this box goes half the middle squared. 16, 16. Half of 22 is 11. 11 squared is 121. 121. So I get x plus 4 squared plus y minus 11 squared equals, well, I don't know what this crap is. That's 29. 29 and 21. Would that be 150? Even I'm having a brain fart right now. Let me check. 121 plus 11. Oops, wasn't 11. It was 13 to 16. 150. All right. So my equation is x plus 4, I hate 4s, 4 squared plus y minus 11 squared equals 150. My center is negative 4, positive 11. And my radius is the square root of 150, but I should really simplify that. This is equal to the square root of 25 times 6, and the square root of 25 is just 5. So this is really equal to 5 square roots of 6. Now, I'm going to check my answer. I'm going to remind you how to do this. It's the easiest way to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to go red X this, and we'll go into graph mode, and we're going to delete this, and we're going to write relation. And we're going to write the original one that was there. And the original one that was there was x squared. So it's x squared plus y squared plus 8x plus 8x minus 22y minus 13. Oops, equals 0. Woo, man. Let's see. Let's go with negative 20. And let's go with 20. And let's go with 20. And let's go with negative 20. Is that enough? Negative 20 is fine. How about 30? All right. Now, it doesn't look much like a circle because I didn't use, I mean, I would have to make this 30. That's closer. All right. And this would have to go to negative 30 to make it look more like a circle. But whatever. It's there. It is. There it is. Now, I don't know if I can press tab. I think I can press tab. Okay, let's press tab and let's put what we put. So we put x plus 4 parentheses squared plus y minus 11. Y minus 11. Oops, I forgot the parentheses. Squared equals 150. Now, if I'm right, it should match right over it. Bam! There it is. Right over it. Great, great, great way to check your answer. All right, let's keep going. What we got next? Oh, and this one. So before you graph, you really should tell the user, hey, or the grader, my center is 0, negative 2, and my radius is equal to 1. It's really equal to the square root of that. So 0, negative 2, and then 1. That was easy. Right? Okay, so this one's going to be a little, oh, whoa. That was like on your quiz, right? So, let's see. Ooh, that reminds me, I got to go in early and make your quizzes up. Okay, so it's going to be x minus 5 squared plus y plus 6 squared equals, now remember, over here goes radius squared. Well, the radius is 7, so over here should go 49. Oh, man, now we got the work to do. First, we got to come up with our own point. Our point's going to be xy. So, the first thing we do is the distance between the point and the directrix. So, distance is equal to y minus 2. Now we're going to do, that's my first distance, between the 2 points, between the focus and the point, and we're going to do the distance formula. It's x minus, well, it's minus negative 2, so it's really x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared. All right, and we're going to set these two distances equal to each other. So we do y minus 2 equals square root of x plus 2 squared plus y minus 4 squared. Square both sides. Shabam, 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 shabammy. I think I've lost my mind. All right, on this side it's kind of simple. It's just y squared minus 4y plus 4. Remember, double it, square it, is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 4, square it, double it, plus y squared minus 8y plus 16. Now, if you do things correctly, the y squareds cancel. I'm going to add this 8y over. So I get 4y, the 4 is canceled too, equals x squared plus 4x plus 16. This looks very familiar. Divide by 4, I get y equals 1/4 x squared plus x plus 4. Remember, I divided everything by 4. Now I'm going to check my answer. This should be a 4 here, by the way. So go over to my calculator. Don't need this crap anymore. Go into graph mode. Graph in 1/4. Control division 1 over 4. X squared plus x plus 4. Press enter. There it is. And I'm going to go, okay, menu, analyze graph, analyze conics. Focus. Click on it. -2. Whoa, what the heck just happened? Stop doing that. -2, 4. Is that what they said our vertex was? Our focus was? Yep. Now we want y equals 2. So menu, analyze graph, analyze conics, directrix, click on it, y equals 2. We got it. We get to do another one. Anyway, let's get going. We have our focus, and we have, well, we sort of have our directrix. You got to be careful with this. Our directrix, because it's the x-axis, is really the line y equals 0. Don't forget we need a point, xy. So we're going to come up with our first distance. Distance is equal to the distance between these two. So in these two, we just subtract the y's. Y minus 0, or just y. There's my first equation. Now we're going to go between the distance between that, the point and the focus. So the distance is equal to x minus 6 squared plus y minus 2 squared. Now we set these two distances equal to each other. So y squared is equal to x minus 6 squared plus y minus 2 squared. Oops, I'm sorry. This should just be y, not y squared. But now we're going to square both sides. It's just y equals. But now we square both sides. So I end up getting y squared equals x squared, double it, minus 6x, square it, plus 36. Plus y squared minus 4y, double it, plus 4. The y squareds cancel as they should. We've got to bring this 4y over by adding 4y. Now, there's no other y to add it to over here, so we just end up with 4y. So 4y equals x squared minus 6x plus 40. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. So I get y equals 1 over 4 x squared minus 3 over 2x plus 10. How did I give you that answer up here? Oh, good. I gave it to you pretty. So there's my answer. Of course we're going to check it. Why wouldn't we? Shabam. Nope. Graph. 1/4 again, huh? Just going to do 1 divided by 4 x squared minus 3 over 2 minus 3 divided by 2x. Was it plus 10? I think it was plus 10. Can't see it. But I know my y-intercept is 10, so maybe make this 30. Ah, there I can see it. But you see how my y-intercept was 10, so I knew I had to get up there somehow. So now we go menu, analyze graph, analyze conics, foci. Click on it. 3, uh-oh, we got us a problem. That there's not the right answer. And then if I do the same thing, menu, analyze graph, analyze conics, directrix, click. Yeah, I got me a problem. So I must have made me a mistake somewhere. So now I gotta find it. Now I didn't do this on purpose, but it's a great opportunity to see if we can error check it. Now hopefully you were screaming at me when I made the mistake. So let's see. Grab my dark blue pen. Y equals 0, it's going to be y minus 0 or just y. Then it's going to be x minus 6, y minus 2. Ah, there it is right there. Look at it. Right? Remember, double it, 12x, square it. So this really should be 12x, which would make this just 3x. So I think I found it. I'm going to press tab, change this to a 3. And there it is. My directrix is 6,2, and my directrix is right here at y equals 0, and my focus is 6,2. So all that for that, but I didn't realize I made that mistake. I did not do that on purpose. This should have been a 12 right here. Total screw up. But I was able to use my calculator to check it, and I was able to go back and fix it. And since I use pencil, nobody would ever be the wiser. Yay, I made it. Okay. All right, let's stop, and I'll come back for this one. Oh. Yeah, so I thought I stopped. I thought I hit stop before I decided I had to burp, and I burped in your ear, so I apologize. I apologize for it in advance. You know, not in advance, but afterwards. Well, you can clear it out of your ears. For those of you that are wearing earbuds and I just burped in your ear, sorry about that. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve this problem by plugging in these 3 points and creating 3 equations. Now, you know when we're done, this is what we need to come up with as our answer. So we need to have A equals, B equals, C equals, and our final answer is Y equals in some equation. Don't forget to give that to me on the day of the test. You're going to be so mad. All right, we're going to do 3 equations. My first equation, I'm plugging in 1 for x and 4 for y. So 4 equals 1x squared is 1 times a is a, plus 1 times b is b, plus c. Now, I like this way. I saw a kid do it this way. I kind of like this way. I'm going to do it like this. Now, I'm going to plug in negative 2 for x, or for y, and negative 1 for x. So negative 2 Negative 1 squared is 1. 1 times a is a. Minus b plus c. And my final equation, I'm going to plug in 13 and 2. So in for y goes 13 is equal to 2 squared is 4, so that's 4a, plus 2 times b is 2b, plus c. Now here's why I like this. I'm going to take this equation, I'm going to put it here and negate it, and I'm going to put it here and negate it. So I'll put it over here. It's going to be 2 equals negative a plus b minus c. Same thing over here. 2 equals negative a plus b minus c. So it goes into both places. So here we go. I get 6 equals a's cancel and c's cancel, 2b, so b equals 3. Oh, I never even put the equations in. I got all excited about this. I never even put the equations in. Let's put those equations in. So, menu, algebra, solve a system, and solve a linear system. We're going to change it to A. Remember, hit the tab button to go between A, comma, B, comma, C. And our three equations are 4 equals A plus B plus C. Negative 2 equals A minus B plus C. And our last one is 13 equals 4A plus 2B plus C. Shabam. So A equals 2, B equals 3, C equals negative 1. And remember, my answer is 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. Well, I just got B to be 3, but I'm also going to quadruple check this by graphing it. So go into graph mode, and I'm going to type in 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. And I'm going to go in the table, Control T, and I'm going to verify those 3 points are there. 1, 4, there it is. There's 2, 13. What was the other one? Negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, negative 2. I know for 100% sure I'm right. Now I just got to get it. So I'm doing pretty good. I got B. Over here, if I add this up, I get 15 equals 3A, C's go, plus 3B. But I already know what B is, so 15 is equal to 3A plus 3 times 3. That's 9, so I'm going to subtract 9. I get 6 equals 3A, so A equals 2. Now I'm going to take both of these and plug them right back into this. This is the easiest equation, this purple one. So 4 equals A, which is 2, plus B, which is 3, plus C. That's 5, so subtract 5, subtract 5. I get negative 1 equals C, and I'm done. Ka-ching, ka-ching, and there's my final answer. All right, whoo. That it? Oh, man, we got one more. Okay, we got to find the zeros and state them in simplest radical form and round it to the nearest. So basically, we got to give our answers in this radical form and our nearest hundreds. Now, I hope you realize we're not going to be able to use completing the square, because that would be divide by 5, divide by 5, and divide by 5. We have an absolute mess here. So we're going to have to use the quadratic formula. So let's use the quadratic formula. Remember when we used, so we're going to set this equal to 0. So A equals 5, B equals 6, C equals negative 3, and D equals B squared minus 4AC. In other words, B is equal to 36 minus 4 times 5 times negative 3. So that's what, 20, that's 60, that's 96. Now, let's triple check it, because I could have made a mistake. So 36 minus 4 times 5 times, I think it was negative 3, right? 96. All right, so I'm almost done, actually. X equals negative B, negative 6, over 2 times 5, plus or minus the square root of 96 over 2 times 5. Now notice I leave it as 2 times 5 because I know that I'm going to have to simplify this square root of 96. Now if you did it correctly, you ended up with 16 times 6. And the square root of 16 is 4. So this really becomes 4 square roots of 6. All right, now let's simplify. 2 goes in here, negative 3 times. So this ends up being x equals negative 3 over 5 plus or minus, let's see, 2 goes in here twice. So 2 square roots of 6 over 5. So that appears to be my right answer. It's kind of wacky, so I'm going to check that sucker. So control division, negative 3 over 5 plus control division 2 square roots of 6 over 5. I'm going to store that into x, control var x. Now don't forget, you always type in your original, which was 5x squared, 5x squared, plus 6x minus 3. Now if I did this correctly, I should end up with 0. Yes. And again, if you want, you can come up here and you can change this to a minus. And then you can do this, and you get 0. So I have my two answers in simplest radical form. That's this one. Now I want my answers in to the nearest hundredths. Well, that's really easy. I just go up here, go up to this first one. Now remember, sometimes I want you to put a decimal in, so we'll put a decimal in, and I get 0.38, comma, do the negative one with a decimal, and negative 1.58. Negative 1.58. I really probably should switch those orders, but that's okay. I did it. That's it. That's all she wrote. All right, let's do this one. This means greater than means above. So that's starting here and it's above here. Starting here and it's above here. So this would be from negative infinity all the way to negative 2. And because it has the equal to, I have to put a bracket, or 7 to positive infinity. So negative 2 this way, and 7 going this way. Now, the other questions I can ask is, when is it increasing? Well, it's increasing from, oh wow, this is going to be right here. So I'm going to take a guess this is about 2.5. So it's increasing from 2.5 to infinity. Where is it decreasing? It's decreasing from negative infinity to 2.5. Remember, decreasing, increasing. And it's concave up. Less than or equal to 0. Oh, I should change this. Let's make it greater than or equal to 0. Because then that would be between here and here. So if I don't change that between, then I should have, it would be between negative 1 and 7. If I didn't change it, then you're going to have from negative infinity to negative 1 inclusive union 7 to infinity, if I didn't change it. And then if I did change it here, we go negative 1, we'll put a solid circle. At 7, we'll put a solid circle, and we connect the dots. Is that it? I believe that's all she wrote. Again, let's talk about increasing. It's increasing from negative infinity all the way up to this x value. This x value is 3, including 3. Not including 3. Decreasing from 3 to positive infinity. So as it goes this direction, it's increasing. As it goes in this direction, it's decreasing. Make sense? And that stops right here at this point right here. All right, that's it. That's all she wrote, my brothers and sisters. There we go. Answer key, done. Catch y'all on the flip side. Study hard, hit subscribe. Bye.